Hey guys, I just wanted to share with you a quick way to make custom punches. I've made these ones, I've made scads of other ones, but what I make them out of is a cement nail. Cement nails are extremely hard, they're hardened steel, and you can just grind them into pretty much any shape that you want. Quick and easy. You just make them up as you need them. So I'll go ahead and show you kind of the setup that I use. Like I say, this is a way of doing it. It isn't the only way of doing it. So you can pretty much use a bench grinder if you wanted to, a belt sander, something like that. It has to be a grinding process because these are hardened steel. You also have to make sure that you don't overheat them. So as you're grinding them, you just need to keep them cool, dunk them in some water, that type of thing. But anyways, I'll show you what I do. Okay, here is the tools that we're going to use for this. Just a battery drill. You can use a corded drill if you like. 3.5-inch angle grinder, 80 grit lap disc, 214 millimeter hose clamps just to clamp it down, so make it nice and sturdy. Old chunk of 2x4 and a clamp to clamp it to your bench. Also a pan of cooling water because you don't want to take the temper out of the nail. The nails are tempered, so they're extremely hard, and by grinding them, you do create a lot of heat. So occasionally you're going to dip it in here just to make sure that it's nice and stays cool. Okay, so you'll notice that there are a bunch of ribs on these nails. Sometimes what happens is when you go to chuck it into your drill to remove the main head off of it, you position it and it wobbles. So you can maybe see it wobble back and forth. If you just back the chuck off, rotate it just a hair, and tighten it up in another location. That one got worse. Just crank it just a hair. That's better. That seems to be a sweet spot. Now, what I'm going to do here quickly is I'm going to remove the head. I'm going to clean up this shaft. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to clean up the other shaft, the other end of the shaft that's already in the chuck that you can't get to. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and show you how quickly this can actually be done. Now you can see that this is an extremely small point. So it's up to you as to exactly how small you want to make your points. I have a number of different ones, and I'll show you a quick picture of different ones. But that's really, you can do it that quickly. And they're very, very strong, and they do not bend, not like the cheap Chinese stuff. And you can custom make them to any size or shape you want. Okay, here I have an assortment that I was going to show you about all the different types that I've made. You can see some of them are really, really pointed. This was actually a tiny little, really sharply pointed chisel. I've made chisels with different ends just by holding it on the turning disc and just polishing the ends the way I want. You can see sometimes I clean the shaft, sometimes I don't, sometimes I'm in a hurry. Some really small punches. And the great thing is if you do beat on them and they get broken, who cares? Make another one. They're quick to make. Oh, yeah, all sorts of different sizes and shapes. This one's got a bend in it. You can see I must have really wailed on that. They tend to hold their shape really, really well. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope it helps.